Hi everyone, so today I'm going to discuss my topic about Windows 3.0 to 3.1. Windows 3.0 is the third major release of Microsoft Windows launched in 1990. It is not an operating system but rather a graphical operating environment that runs on top of DOS. It features a new graphical user interface where applications are represented as clickable icons, as opposed to the list of file names seen in its predecessors. The software capabilities, one of which added multimedia support for sound recording and playback, as well as support for CD-ROMs. Microsoft had made previous attempts to develop a successful operating environment called Windows. IBM demanded a version of DOS that could run in protected mode, which would allow it to execute multiple programs at once. MS-DOS was originally designed to run in real mode and thus only one program at a time, due to the limited memory of the Intel 8088 microprocessor. Windows 3.0 originated in 1988 as an independent project by these two developers, who is used to the debugger to find problems with Windows. They cobbled together a rough prototype that contained these three applications: the Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and the PowerPoint. Windows 3.0 features a significantly revamped graphical user interface, which was described having a three-dimensional look similar to Presentation Manager rather than the flat look of its predecessor's Windows 2.1. It is also includes technical improvements to the memory management to make better use of capabilities of Intel's. Dynamic data exchange is a multitasking protocol whereby multiple running applications dynamically exchange data with one another. When data in one application changes, so does the data in one another. Windows 3.0 can also a virtual memory, which was a portion of a hard disk drive that is substituted for memory by the processor in the event that its own memory exhausted. Windows 3.0 is not an operating system per se, but rather an operating environment that is designed for DOS and control its function. The MS-DOS Executive File Manager was replaced with Program Manager, the list-based file manager, and the task list. So Program Manager is a graphical shell composed of icons, and the icons' titles can be renamed. When double-click on these icons, open corresponding application or smaller windows within the Program Manager window called Group Windows. So these group windows contain such icon can be minimized to prevent cluttering of the Program Manager window space. So File Manager is another shell used to access or modify applications but displays them as files contained in directories in a list format. Its purpose as an alternative to using DOS command is to facilitate moving files and directories. So task list displays all running applications and may also be used to terminate them. Select a different program, cascade or tile the windows, and arrange minimized desktop icons. So the last is the control panel, where users can change setting to customize windows and hardware, was also redesigned as an icon-based window. Windows 3.0 also introduced the Palette Manager, is a set of functions that allows applications to change the lookup palette of graphic cards, displaying up 256 colors in order to use needed colors. When multiple displayed windows exceed the 256 colors limit, Windows 3.0 prioritizes the active window to use that application colors without resorting to dithering and then filling in areas. Windows 3.0 retained many of the sample applications from its predecessors, such as Text Editor, Notepad, the word processor Write, and the improved Paint program Paintbrush. So Calculator expanded to include scientific calculations. Recorder is a new program that records macros or sequences of keystrokes and mouse movement, which are then assigned to keys shortcuts to perform complex functions quickly. Also, the earlier reverse game was complemented with a card game Microsoft Solitaire, which would eventually be inducted to the World Video Game Hall of Fame in 2019. So another notable program is Help. Unlike DOS applications, which may have help functions as part of them. Windows Help is a separate and readily accessible application that accompanies all Windows programs that support it. Windows 3.1 is a series of 16-bit operating environments produced by Microsoft for use on our personal computers released on April 6, 1992. The series began with Windows 3.1, which was first sold during April 1992 as a successor to Windows 3.0. During its lifespan, Windows 3.1 introduced several enhancements to the still MS-DOS-based platform, including improved system stability, expanded support for multimedia, TrueType fonts, and workgroup for networking. Windows 3.1, released on April 6, 1992, introduced a TrueType font system and a set of highly legible fonts, which effectively made Windows a viable desktop publishing platform for the first time. Similar functionality was available for Windows 3.0 through Adobe Type Manager or ATM font system from Adobe. Windows 3.1 was designed to have backward compatibility with older Windows platforms. As with Windows 3.0, version 3.1 have File Manager and Program Manager, but unlike all previous versions, Windows 3.1 cannot run in a real mode. Windows 3.1 dropped real mode support and required a minimum of a 286 PC with 1 MB of RAM to run. The effect of this was to increase system stability over the crash-prone Windows 3.0. Some older features were removed like CGA graphics support, although Windows 3.0 CGA driver still work on 3.1, and compatibility with real mode Windows 2.0 applications. TrueType font support was added, providing scalable font to Windows application without having to resort to using third-party font technologies such as Adobe Type Manager. Windows 3.1 include the following font: the Arial, Times New Roman, Irregular, bold, italic, and bold italic versions, as well as symbol, a collection of scalable symbols. TrueType font can be scaled to any size and rotate depending on the calling application. Windows 3.0 was limited to 16 MB maximum memory, while Windows 3.1 can access a theoretical 4 GB in 386 enhanced mode. The actual practical ceiling is 256 MB. However, no single process can use more than 16 MB. File Manager was significantly improved over Windows 3.0. Multimedia support was enhanced over what was available in Windows 3.0 with multimedia extensions and available to all Windows 3.1 users. Windows 3.1 was available via 720 KB, 1.2 MB, and 1.44 MB floppy distribution. It was also the first version of Windows to be distributed on CD-ROM, although this was more common for Windows for Workgroups 3.11, which typically came with MS-DOS 6.22 on one CD. Installed size on the hard disk was between 10 MB and 15 MB. 32-bit disk access, 386 enhanced mode only, brought improved performance by using a 32-bit protected mode driver instead of 16-bit BIOS function, which necessitated Windows temporarily drop out of protected mode. Windows 3.1 calendars uses the cal file name extension. Windows 3.1 also introduced the Windows Registry, a centralized database that can store configurations, information, and settings for various operating system components and applications. I am anticipating for more programs and services be discovered in the years to come. So that's all, and thank you for watching.